네, 창의적인 혁신과 도전의 뜨거운 열기로 함께 이어지는
creative innovation, and passion. So we are full of it here. The third day of Try Everything 2023 is here, and CJ CheilJedang and AWS will open innovation session. Let me share my greetings. I am your MC today. I'm very glad to see you.
네, 감사드립니다.
Thank you. In today's session, we are going to explore the ecosystem and many other programs offered by CJ CheilJedang and AWS. And open innovation companies selected by Changdong will present their businesses as part of the Open IR Demo Day. The first session is going to be presided over by team leader of Nam Chang-woo of CJ CheilJedang. We are going to explore many solutions to many problems. That way we can ensure the creation of sustainable ecosystem. So he is going to talk about CJ CheilJedang strategies for creating open innovation ecosystem. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Hello, good morning. I'm Nam Chang-woo from CJ CheilJedang. This session I prepared today is not about the academic information. So in more casual term, I'm going to introduce activities done by CJ CheilJedang. So please sit back and enjoy presentation. So unlike my expectation, and this stage is pretty big, so anyhow, let me start. So what is the difference between big conglomerates and the startups? So there are different characteristics and identity can be different between the two. When it comes to the big company, they have a long history. That's why they have a secured assets and infrastructures. And also they are quite proactive in responding to changing trends based on their capacities, and they can develop products and services, and the consumers can purchase that one. As for a big company, and they have diverse business field, so rather than focus on one business unit and one business item, and the big companies have diverse business units. Big companies, as I said, they have the well-established assets and infrastructures and the personnel. So rather than they find innovative opportunity, internally they develop their own innovations. Then how startup is different from big companies? First of all, startups is based on the innovative idea, and they are very agile, so they have agility to respond to market changes. And that they can have the very fast decision-making process. So when there is new trend, they can respond to trend very in agile manner. And also startups are focused on the specialized areas and based on their specialties, and they can secure their competitiveness. As I mentioned, startup, as for the size of organization is small, so they have a limited resources and the capacities. So rather than they do everything internally, they have active collaborations. Based on that, they can secure the necessary capacities. Then how the open innovation trend has been changed. As for the existing and established companies, technologies, and R&D, those are at the center. So centering on the research and developments and the technologies that they build these services and products. And also they had a long-term verification process. And as I mentioned, big companies have a pretty long and decision-making process. So that lead to long and delayed the verification works. And big companies have well-established infrastructures, and by utilizing those established infrastructure, they can find new business opportunities and new platforms and new services and new the products, and those are introduced based on their established infrastructure. But for the last few years, we witnessed the emergence of startups, and that they become very important stakeholders in the market. So rather than the startups, they have greater focus on one single business item. They have a business level collaborations with stakeholders, and also they promptly launch products and services, and they get response and feedback from customers in very the fast manner. In that way, they can have a verification for their products and the services. Not only they have a collaboration as for the sake of infrastructure in order to advance into new kind of industry and a new kind of market, tangible and intangible assets can be shared based on close collaborations. So as you can see here, CJ CheilJedang have three different open innovation activities. The first, and we make an investment on startups which have innovative ideas, and with them we have close cooperations. And internally, we want to find new innovations, and that's why we have an in-house venture team. Not only internally, but also externally, we want to find the innovations. So we are making effort in order to develop the new startups, and that is an accelerating program. And further, rather than we only focus on investment and the business collaborations, and we want to build the collaboration-based ecosystem. So those are three different the activities CJ CheilJedang doing for open innovation. Further information will be shared in the later part of my talks. So the letter is a small, so it is might be the eye testing, but anyhow, this is a roadmap of a CJ CheilJedang open innovation. We have a short-term, mid-term, and a long-term plans. So the collaboration with a startup is quite a new concept. It's not quite a familiar concept yet to big-size companies, but still we want to have our collaborations. So enabling collaboration will be first the starting point. And rather than one-to-one collaborations, and we create platforms where all the stakeholders gather together. So based on that, we create collaboration opportunities. And after that, as the time goes, so rather than there is a one main actor, all the stakeholders can participate in equal footing. So in very natural way, collaboration can be realized. That is the ultimate goal we are pursuing. So let me briefly introduce our innovation team. So CJ CheilJedang has collaboration with the innovation vehicles, but we more focus on internal team. That is our internal innovation team that was featured in news articles, so some of you might read that one. And also we have an accelerator program, as I mentioned earlier. Frontier Labs is the name of accelerating program. That is still going on, and we plan to do so in the future as well. And in July 2023, this year, we had the meaningful occasion, and we are trying to make an innovative ecosystem, as I mentioned, in order to create a search platform. And we organized Korea Food Forum 2023 that will be discussed further later. And SBA, the host of this event, and AWS, which is participating in this session jointly. And with them, we have our Open Innovation Program. We expanded our horizon of activities. So Open Innovation Program has been launched based on this cooperation with the AWS and SBA. So we are here because of Open Innovation Program. That's why I'm going to explain this further. So we face various challenges and problems, and based on the innovative ideas, we want to provide a solution. We want to do that through startups. That's why we created the Open Innovation Program. So if you see the business field, and you might think that is a rather occurred. But CJ CheilJedang is a food company, but through Open Innovation Program, the web game platforms and AI, generative AI, and those were selected as the main and the innovation, the items, which is quite different from the main business of CJ CheilJedang. By implementing this Open Innovation Program, we provide support so that the front line of the divisions and the departments which are responsible for each different item can have a close cooperation with the startups, and also we provide public occasions through which these startups can introduce their technologies and solutions. And the investment is also going on, so fast track the benefit can be given to the company that is participating in Open Innovation Program. AWS as a partner provide the free the credit. There will be some limit, but anyhow, for the time being, they can be provided for free to the companies that are participating in open innovation and also the startup companies, and they can be invited in various events. And SBA provide various the programs like demo days and provide financial support. So this program launched in July, but we had some preparation period before that. Now, the program was implemented at the end of August in earnest. That's why it is difficult to share some achievement, but some the outcomes are visible. So in order to maximize the benefit, we are going to implement this program until the fourth quarter of this year. Frontier Labs was introduced earlier. That is an accelerator program, and so every year, once a year, on a regular manner, we provide this program. So you can see the business items. The taste and wellness is one of the topic, and the health and the sustainability and food-related technologies. And we want to find startups who have expertise in those fields. So once startups participate in this program, and if they are selected as the leading startup, and 300 million won is provided as a supporting money, and also the rural the business promotion agency provides support as well, and the Spark Lab in accelerator the center can provide invitations for these startups. So those are the benefits for participating startups. So now I'd like to introduce actual cases we implemented. On the left side, you can see some photos of the event we organized. So this, together with the 도시 공간 and with the dumpling, we developed new dishes and cuisines. The CJ CheilJedang that sell the dumpling, the products. So consumers just the open that one and put into the microwave and simply enjoy that one. But we want to have the more the diverse cuisine. So together with the 도시국간, and we provided a new cuisine that was well received by consumers. On the right side, you can see the collaboration between two companies. online and offline, the omni-channel, the beverage, the selling platform is tested now. So this is the kind of a pilot project. So by utilizing our technologies, the food technologies, so in the form of powders and in the form of pouches, and we want to provide lactic the products. So how consumers can easily enjoy lactic products, and that was the question we had. So we provided the products in new forms so that can enhance the immunities and the health in the gut, so that can give health benefits. And that this was distributed to cafe, the offline cafes, and also together with the betterment. So we could receive the good response in the market, and the customers' feedbacks and the responses were analyzed. And at the bottom, and you can see other images, and the yellow lab will make a presentation later. The yellow lab is providing technologies to detect the foreign substances. So by adopting solution developed by this company, we could enhance food safety. So this is one example of collaboration. So you can see some pictures about that.
그리고 이거는 저희가 그 어떤 투자나 아니면 프로그램 이런 것과는
So investment and supporting programs are provided, but this particular program is not about that. I'd like to share some cases of a collaboration that was a simple collaboration. On the left side, you can see the Dokebi pop-up store case that was a collaboration with the beer brewer. So back then, we worked together in order to develop kimchi beer, and our technology was applied there. And the Jeju the beer, which has a brewing the technologies and expertise, also offer their own specialties. So the MG, the generations, and new and young the generations, and they were the main customer base.
이쪽 편에 보시는 그림을 보시면은
On the right side,
제품은 저희 사내백주
on the top side, and you can see plant-based the alternative beverages, which was internally developed in CJ CheilJedang, and we could develop internally, and also we can distribute that one by ourselves. But in order to promote these products better, together with a startup Better Monday, and we had collaborations. So plant-based beverages have been developed further based on these collaborations, and various promotional activities were organized with them.
그리고 이거는 앞서 말씀드렸던 에코시스템 구축과
So this is about the ecosystem building for innovations. So you can see some the photos about that. And we created the Korea Food Forum. So the main players in food sector gather together and share informations and knowledges. So this is a great platform to exchange ideas. This was the first occasion. So as you can see, Mr. Baek Jong-won participated, and he shared insightful ideas. And many startup companies participated in Korea Food Forum. So in this occasion, they could meet BCG and KPMG, which have the great the insight. So they have create insight about global markets and the food industries. So that was a great occasion to start up companies. So we hope that Korean startups can advance into international and global market further this year. So the growth strategy was the main theme of Korea Food Forum. So we have not decided the theme for the following year, but we are going to select the proper and the trendy themes. And this Korea Food Forum will be organized in continuous manner.
너무 말을 빨리 하면 안 된다라고
Before I come up to stage, the organizer said, please do not speak fast, but well, I delivered my talks in relatively short time. But anyhow, let me continue.
이노베이션은 이거 정말 그냥 저희
So this is my understanding about innovation. This is not the idea of CJ CheilJedang. This is the personal idea.
7월 달에 있었던
So in July, and we had a Afro the event, and we opened the booth there. So I was there and receiving many the potential customers and current customers. I introduced the benefit of products in this booth.
이런 단순한 활동 하나도 나중에
This simple the act can accumulate and that will get bigger and that will act as a quick starter for bigger growth.
불쌍하게 나왔지만
So you might see that my face is not quite happy, but well, if there is a great success out of that, and well, I believe the future audiences will see this picture again. So still more time remained, but I'd like to summarize my talks today. So today, the market and the trend are dynamically changing. So market has been changed all the time, but when I see the changes, that is a pretty dynamic and the speed of change is very fast. So only with our capacities, we cannot promptly respond to such dynamic changes. So we once again realize the importance of collaborations.
이 협업의 중요성이 커진 만큼 그 협업의 기회를
So as the importance of collaboration increases, it is more important to create more collaborative opportunities.
몇몇의 파트너분들과
Rather than we only limit you to the small-scale collaborations, it is better to have a bigger collaborations expanding our boundaries. In order to do that, it is crucial to create an ecosystem where all the stakeholders and relevant bodies can participate together. Once this ecosystem is soundly established, and we can have discussions about another growth, so we do not fear the failure in small scale and the big scale, and we can try many projects and we can produce many case studies based on that.
앞으로도 그렇지만 이 오픈 이노베이션
So open innovation, that is a pretty big the idea, but we are going to make our best in order to make contributions, even though that is small. So like this, I will wrap up my talks, and well, even though I delivered the talks in shorter than the given time, but anyhow, I delivered the key messages. CJ CheilJedang is providing open innovation ideas, and we also look for collaboration opportunities. If you have any interest, please do visit us, and I hope that we can have innovations in food industry and further and all other industry in Korea. With this, I'd like to wrap up my talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Mr. Nam, thank you. In his presentation, he said there's no boundary of innovation. It was really impressive. With various startups, shared growth, that was their mission, and they're working really hard towards the goal. Next speaker is Director Lee Kyung-hee from Amazon Web Service. Shared growth between AWS and startup is the title of her speech. Let me invite her to the podium. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Director Lee Kyung-hee working at AWS, helping grow startups. This morning, coming over here, I had concerns. This is early in the morning and it's raining. So I had concerns. What if no one shows up? What if not many people show up here? With CJ CheilJedang, we did a project called Open Innovation, and the startups participated in the program will make presentations today. So I really wanted many people to listen to our startups. So I see a great turnout today. I'm happy, and I'll start my presentation. You might not aware of AWS. Maybe some of you are aware of this, but some of you are not. So why we are making this program? AWS is offering cloud service. So our business is basically offering services that are required by startups. Startups are planning services, and when they launch their services, they can utilize cloud. Then there'll be no upfront cost. So startups can realize and launch their ideas without any worries about cost, and they can test their ideas and then launch their services in the market right off the bat. So once their hypothesis is proven truthful, then they can scale it up and launch it again. So our cloud service is closely linked to startups. This is an article from a newspaper. This is an article from Forbes and Harvard Business School. Hopefully you can read this. How Amazon Web Service innovated VC's support for startups. In the venture capital ecosystem, there was innovation which was realized and which was made possible by Amazon Web Service. AWS started out as an in-house venture of the Amazon. So in 2004, we started to offer free services, and since then, for 7 years, we didn't have any competitor. In hindsight, so 2 years after the launch of Amazon.com, it faced a competitor, but for 7 years, we were able to offer our services without competitors. It was a blessing to us. So since the launching of Amazon Web Service in 2014, we saw Uber and other big tech competitors. So when startups want to prove their hypothesis, it takes a lot of time and money. So until the emergence of clouds, they had to invest in a lot of money. But with the launching of cloud service, when testing their ideas, the cost dramatically reduced. According to research, their costs were cut by 20%. So when VCs invest in startups at an initial phase, they work really hard to meet the PMF, but the size itself was reduced. So initial investment size was reduced. So what does this mean? So when VC invest in a startup, so now they can invest in multiple startups with the money they used to use in investing in one startup. So they spray and play. So basically, they spread their capital and then they wait for reaping the result. So the size of the number of startups receiving capital has almost doubled. So how AWS has impacted innovations? I brought a case of Moderna. When you think about cloud, you think it is only limited to IT field, manufacturing, and bioindustry. They are also closely related to AWS and cloud service. So Madonna started out as a startup in 2010, and for a while it didn't have any sales. But in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, Madonna has grown to the level of the Pfizer because they succeeded in developing the COVID-19 vaccine. I'm sure you read this through an article. It only took less than 2 months for Madonna to develop a vaccine. What was the key to that? Because they continuously trained their AI module. That way, the module can identify the COVID-19, the genetic sequence. So normally it takes 2 years for developing a vaccine, but they reduced the time almost by 10 times. So for Madonna, so it was possible for them to achieve destructive growth. So this is our AWS services by industry and by sector. We offer 240 services. So if you are AI startup, you can actually use our services. So you can innovate your business at very fast pace. Now, let me talk about our startup organization within AWS. So our startup headquarters mission is to ensure to provide support for startup to grow with AWS. Basically, when startups grow, we can grow together. That's the basic structure. So we genuinely and truthfully want to support startups' growth. AWS is a global company, and 80% of the global startup ecosystem is growing based on our services, we believe. What you're seeing right now are the startups that are growing globally. According to the Forbes Peach Books, there are about 1,000 unicorns. Out of 1,000 unicorns, about 80% of them have grown based on our AWS services. So we are making critical contribution to the growth and development of startups. The same goes to Korea. Most unicorns in Korea grew based on our services. And there are about 14 startups announced, 8 startups that were announced as a good startups by SBA, and 7 of them actually used our services. So one of the example is Twitch. Now, let me talk about the organization of our the unit. So our organization is a global organization, but there are the same organizations across the world. So they are the headquarters dedicated to startups. So each headquarter consists of business development section and sales team, and we call it account team, and also solution architect team consisting of cloud experts only. So each headquarters structure is the same across the world. So I belong to the business development team. So my team consists of former entrepreneurs or venture capitalists or those who were engaged in supporting startups. So we are venture startup experts. That way we can offer technological and strategic support to startups. Amazon Web Service is working together with startups mainly in 2 ways. First, equity investment. We make direct investment in startups. Second, so we can offer non-equity investment. So we actually help startups, and they are collaborating with us. So we are not really active in investing in startups. So we try to acquire startups. So we also acquired Whole Foods. That's one of the examples. And we have a couple of funds. Climate Pledge Fund is one of them. So it is investing in ESG field. And there is a fund that is investing in fourth industrial revolution. And also we have Alexa Fund. I'm sure you heard of it. So through these funds, we are directly helping startups to grow. And in collaboration with the startup-related organizations, we are also helping startups. As I said earlier, based on South Korea, 70% of startups are growing based on AWS. So it was possible to increase our equity role. So our team is working together with institutions to help startups in America. Sequoia Capital, Y Combinator. We are working with these organizations. In Korea, Artos Ventures, Stanbridge Venture Capital, and many major venture capitals are working with us. And Initial Investment Accelerator is also working with us. Internally, we are linked to more than 100 startup-related organizations and institutions. So I'm in charge of CVC, Corporate Venture Capital. That's why I was able to do the Open Innovation Program with CJ CheilJedang. I joined this part last year. So on the corporate side, there's a venture capitals and there are accelerators. So in collaboration with them, we are helping venture startups. And currently, we are working with almost 30 capitals. Now, let me talk about what we have done this year. The first project of the year is the Jungle Program. So with the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, we selected 25 ventures startups, and we help them grow globally. So this program kicked off 2 months ago. Still, this program is ongoing. So we will continue to work together with the government in order to help the growth of startups. Next, RISE. So this program, this is an event, which is a huge event beyond South Korea. So in 2016, it started. So AWS was one of the inaugural member of offering this event. And Shinsegae CBC, Cygnus partner, worked with us to run this event. So we shared lessons learned, how we offer capital on the corporate side. So I said we have Amazon Climate Fund. So we invited Amazon Cloud Fund, a partner. So we heard how Amazon is looking for startups to help. From last year, we offered the program to help startups. So it is called Global Business Expansion Contest. So we help startups advance to global markets. When we planned this program, we really thought hard on how to best help startups. The Korean market is really small. So for Korean startups, helping them advance to the global market will be a great momentum for their growth. So last year, we selected candidate startups through the demo day, and we took those selected startups to America. In San Francisco, they were given an opportunity to pitch. And we moved over to Seattle. Seattle is a home to Amazon's headquarters. So Amazon has many different business sections, Amazon.com, Twitch, Alexa, and Kindle. So the selected ventures startups explored opportunities to work with many different sections of businesses of Amazon. And this year, again, we offered Next Rise, and also we operated the second GBEC. So this year's topic was the Southeast Asia market. So we selected startups who are wishing to advance to Southeast Asia. So in Singapore, there was a pitching session, and also last week, we completed the pitching in Japan. So this program will continue. In March, actually, we had a startup team in 2019. But we have a lot of events at Amazon, but there had been no event only dedicated to startups. So this year, for the first time, we held the event only for startups. So not only technological aspects, but also expertise were shared. So how they can grow their business. That was the main discussion. So many people came to the event. It was AWS Startup Week at COEX. So we shared a lot of know-how and expertise with the startups. We were really happy. On the right side, you see me in the photo. Back then, at that time, with the CJ investment representative was here. So we had a discussion session, how we became to work together and how the CJ's help was key to the success of a certain venture startup. So this year's main topic is AI. So due to ChatGPT, AI has emerged as a keyword. At the beginning of this year, on the corporate side, I was asked what AWS is doing in the field of AI. So I planned this. On the corporate side, I wanted to invite CVCs who are working in America. So with them, I wanted to share our insights with them. So Amazon alone is just the services based on AI. When you go to Amazon's logistics center, everything is based on AI. So in many different divisions and departments, we have AI experts working. So at the executive level of corporate side, we were able to share know-how on AI. And in America, there are startups, and some of them have grown to unicorns. For example, Pony.ay and Wabi. So they also participated in this event. There is, we also invited Amazon Pledge Fund, the staff, or I mean a person in charge of Amazon Climate Fund to Next Rise. The VC and CVCs, we asked them to recommend high potential startups. So with the recommended startups, we had a pitch day with the Amazon fund manager, and we had a roundtable discussion, and there were follow-up meetings too. So at the event, not only startups, but also startups, the Korean investors who are interested in ESG startups participated, and we actually offered a roundtable session for them. We have many different accelerator programs. So you are eligible to apply for this program. The first one is Clean Energy Accelerator. So any startups in the ESG sector can benefit from this. And this year, generative AI is a hot topic. So we launched a generative AI accelerator this year. So 2 weeks ago, we completed receiving application of startups. So globally, as well as in India, we selected the startups, and we are running the accelerator program. And also there are a program for startups with the space and robotics technology. These accelerator programs are open for Korean startups as well as foreign startups. But actually, these programs started from abroad and were introduced to Korea. But there are accelerator programs originating from abroad, and they are brought to Korea. So one example was shown on the slide. So we launched SaaS accelerator program domestically, and we launched it further to the global market. So the SaaS accelerator program was launched with Storm Ventures and also KB chimed in. So we selected 10 startups through this accelerator program, and this program was really popular. So in the second half of this year, we're going to do this accelerator program again. So within the field of SaaS, all these startups who have grown have become our customers. Channel Corporation, Buzzville, AB 180. So all these were startups, but now they have grown to become our customers, and they enrich our program by participating in the program. So in the second half of this year, we are going to launch this program both in Korea and Japan simultaneously. So in connection to institutions and organizations, we are helping startups. In America, there is a Y Combinator Global Accelerator. This is a huge accelerator. So within our team, there is a team dedicated to handling affairs with Y Combinator. So in Korea, we launched the YC referrer program. So our referrer doesn't guarantee your entry into this accelerator program, but we share our know-how to help you learn about how to join the YC Combinator program. So we are supporting startups to be included in the Y Combinator program. So currently, this program is receiving application from startups. So please apply for them. And this is a quota book. It's a good example, and it successfully joined the YC program, and it is constantly growing right now. On the corporate side, so depending on the needs of corporates, we are preparing a lot of programs. From last year, we've been in close collaboration with POSCO to help startups. POSCO has IMP Startup Accelerator Program, and it's been already 10 years. So there are many startups who actually went through the program, who actually participated in the program. So we launched AWS Enterprise program in collaboration with POSCO. So through this event, we offer the technological support to startups as well as other know-hows. So we are trying to POSCO is trying to establish some hub for manufacturing startups. So POSCO wanted to work with us in this field. So how manufacturing startups can utilize cloud. So from the get-go, they wanted to know how they can ensure digital transformation. So we actually went down to Pohang, where POSCO is located, and we shared our ideas on how to digitally transform manufacturing business. For example, Heineken is not just a beer producer. They are also sell data. They have a source of income utilizing data. So we shared these examples, and we also had a Q&A session with startups participating in the meeting. So we have launched a program that helps startups work together with large companies. So for almost 10 years, this program is going on. So we have mechanism of how startups working with large corporations. So these are the companies who participated in the program. So as part of this program, we are doing this open innovation program with the CJ CheilJedang. So next year again, we are going to do this open innovation program again. Already we are discussing the next year's plan with CJ. So we will continue to offer support to startups. That way they can benefit from large corporations. So on the corporate side, the community is growing large. So venture capitals are traditionally important players. But on the corporate side, especially the large companies, so it's been a couple of years since they started to recognize ventures are beneficial to them. So they really wanted some meetings where they can meet with startups. So we created a meeting called the CVC Social, where corporate venture capitals can meet with the startups. And their startups were given to pitch their businesses because it is a good opportunity for them to present their ideas to corporate capitals. And also corporate capitals were able to identify promising and potential potential startups. And recently we had this meeting, and P-Lies pitched its business, and this company secured investment from Samsung. So we are going to continue to offer this kind of opportunity to startups. So in collaboration with organizations and institutions, we are supporting startups a lot. And there is an organization in Korea, and this organization is helping Korean startups advance to the Japanese market. And this organization is operating a Japan Bootcamp program. And we also worked with this organization on this program this year. So Japan is another keyword. The head of my organization was only in charge of startups in Korea, but he actually was promoted, and now his responsibilities include startups in Japan as well. So how we can ensure collaboration in Japan? So in that regard, we brought this snapshot. So AWS is already in Japan, in Amazon.com, Amazon Prime, Prime Video, Amazon Kindle. All these business units of Amazon are already operating in Japan. So I think Korean startups can find more opportunities easily to work with all these sections of Amazon in Japan. Now, I'd like to talk about Amazon's regular program. AWS has many startup programs. The most popular one is Culture Program. Last year, I joined AWS. I was really surprised. The Amazon is a huge corporation, but it is still moving like startup. It is trying to achieve a lean growth based on agility. So I think it has a lot to do with Amazon's culture. We have leadership principles. So there are 16 principles, and the compliance with these principles is really good. So we launched this program to explain our principles to large companies. But thinking this, so once the venture startups pass this CDG 8, stage, their organization exponentially grows. Then they start to think how they can better manage their big organization. So we launched this program as a regular event. So as part of the program, there are workshops. This is one of the examples. On the right side, when you go to the bank salad, you can see this logo. So we did the leadership program with bank seller. So the principles are printed on the door, and on the slippers there, it's written over communication. So with the company Lotus, they created these principles. So all these principles are written all over the items of the company. So it's one of the examples. So if you are a startup, I'm sure you're so accustomed to hearing lean startup. So lean startup refers to the whole process of proving their ideas. So in Korea, in Amazon, we have similar thing. So it's called Working Backwards Workshop. So it was actually published in Korea as a translated version. So this is all about how Amazon develops business. So regarding this, we have a regular workshop. And on a regular basis, we visit the headquarters of Amazon with startups. That way they can learn the know-hows from Amazon headquarters. So once every year or twice every year. So regularly they visit the headquarters. And some startups actually have exited from this program. They come back and share their know-how with new startups. In Korea, there's no physical location where startups can join and convene. But in Japan, there is a startup loft. It's a space where startups can gather, and you can see this place in Tokyo. So Loft offers not only working space, but also for venues for events and communication. So when you visit Japan, you can freely register for a space and you can utilize it. In addition to this, we offer AWS master class on various topics. This year, we had a major event as part of this. So we opened a session for CEOs' mindset. So I'm sure CEOs and entrepreneurs are under a lot of stress. So we invited a prominent CEO from Silicon Valley, and he sees the importance of the healthy mentality of entrepreneurs. So he joined this program and gave a lecture. So my company is a technological company. So on the technological front, what kind of support we offer to startups? Market Curly is doing business in marketplace. So customization or customized recommendation is very important in the field. But when you open an app, but if the recommendation is not really relevant with you, they will just consider it as spam or just marketing advertisement. So we did a prototyping project to prevent that with Market Curly. So of course, all this collaboration is free. So there is AWS personalized module. So it was applied to Market Curly. So we did a POC with this module with Market Curly, and that way we helped Market Curly. And there are technological experts. So with the help of these experts, you can do the POC. So we call this program Pacemaker. It is a 3-month program. We don't develop anything on your behalf. Just as a pacemaker, So once every 2 weeks or once a month, our cloud expert collaborates with you. That way you can launch your product or services. These are the examples of Pacemaker, Ushinsa, Wadiz. They made success based on our Pacemaker program. It was featured in newspapers. I brought many different programs. We have many different programs. So I only have 25 seconds left in my presentation. I think I gave all, I think. We have software program, we have a technological program. So if you are a startup, you can contact anyone in my team and look for possibilities for collaboration. I'll skip this part. So for a long time, I gave you explanation about our business. We are trying to support the growth of startups. We are passionate and enthusiastic about helping you. So before you go home, please share your name cards with me. Thank you.
네, 다시 한번 큰 박수 보내주시기
Once again, please give
바랍니다.
big hands.
스타트업과 함께
So together with the startups and the mutual growth is pursued, and I could see her passion for such a collaboration. That was a meaningful the presentation. Let's move on. And AWS and the CJ CheilJedang and also the Changdong will support this innovation. So CJ CheilJedang AWS Seoul Startup Hub Changdong is organizing this startup program. So in May there was the reservations, and there was the first round and second round evaluation in June and July, and the POC was done. And today we have found a presentation on the four selected companies. That was the contest with a fierce competition. So there are excellent and the startups. So let's invite our first speaker. Our first speaker is Endorphin Connect. For this, we are going to invite the CEO Jo Young-rae. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome CEO with the big hands.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jo Young-rae, CEO of Endorphin Connect. I'll try to connect the world with fun. I have a lot of presentation slides, but I have a limited time. So let me survey. How many of you are from the game industry? Startups in the game industry, can you raise your hand? Just regular people, non-business people? So I wanted to know the composition of the audience to figure out how to present my presentation. So let me introduce my company, and also I'd like to talk about collaboration with CJ CheilJedang. I have a lot to offer, so I have prepared a lot of slides. And also I'm going to talk about module-based work. My company was founded in 2021. From 2017, I joined the game industry. People say I look young, but actually look young for my age. So I'm working with a really great team. This is the vision of my company. I need to go slow here. So we add idea to module, and we add game to other business, and also we add joy and fun to game users, and we offer help to game industry colleagues. So we develop games based on modules. So our ultimate goal is to create mobile game platform. So I want to create a flywheel structure like Amazon. So in a nutshell, we invest a lot of time and efforts in the foundation work, just like putting cornerstones. So laying foundation is the snapshot concept of module-based work. When you were young, during the vacation, you had an assignment of keeping a journal, right? I really hated the assignment. So when I was young, I wrote one sentence daily, what I did. So when things happen and I further add more content in my journal. So basically, module-based development is the same. So at the beginning, the investment is small, but later you can create huge benefits and effects. So we create the foundation, and based on that, we develop many different types of games. Maybe at the beginning, you might think you spend too much time and efforts in the foundation job, but we don't think it's a waste. So for 2 years, we launched 19 games. So we add and combine modules. For example, combining one game and another, and we create a new game. And we also created hyper visual game, and puzzle RPG is also one of the games, and it is currently being offered on Naver. And we are doing outsourcing and collaboration. So what made it possible? So many people contact us because they believe in our development capabilities. And this year, we actually demonstrated our games at the Galaxy Demo Day. And based on our accumulating know-how, we have launched many different games. And we plan to sell our modules. So we are continuously raising funds for a long-term goal. So open innovation part is very important. So let me detail on this. So through heated competition, my company was selected and we signed a contract. So contract means a memorandum of understanding. So many companies in commerce, they are interested in adding games to their business. And in the CJ's Open Innovation Program, this idea was well received as well. So we want to add games to other businesses. So there are programs are underway, and also there are outcomes we are expecting. So CJ, the market. So look at this, we help them develop this app. So if you want, you can download this app. I didn't add a video. I just want you to try this app and watch the video. There is a game called Go Heppan on this app. So you should stack up the instant rice containers. So if you stack them up high, you will win the game and you will get the prize. So with the CJ Market, we collaborated like this. We added this game to the CJ Market app. So you can see this slide very well. So we did a modeling. So we got the premium rice brand. So we added this games to this brand. CJ Market team, they wanted to encourage more users to use this app through the games. So we are currently verifying the effects of this game. Since we can make this game very fast because we use our module-based methods. So just 2 weeks after signing the MOU, we launched this game already. So we are now monitoring the data about this game, And hopefully, if there's more opportunity, we can add more games or we can add more data into the game. Unfortunately, I don't see any investors. Hopefully, they can see this in the future. So we expect at $800,000 of sales this year. Currently, we are attracting investments. So we are hoping we can get 500 to 100 million won of investment. So I'm very busy doing IR so that I can attract investments. My booth is in Arho second, so you can come visit our booth. So you might think my presentation is too short. So if you want to know more, please come visit our booth. Or if you give me your name card, I can have more opportunity to give you more details. Since I was given only 10 minutes, I was rushing. But I have a couple of minutes left, so let me give you more explanation. This is my contact information. You can save my contact information. So there's no Q&A session, so I want to add more. So Open Innovation Program is a good program, not only with CJ, but also with other company. We are doing Open Innovation Program. What I felt during this program is that the speed matters for startups. So open innovation basically creates the environment where you can develop or launch your services or products rapidly. So I think it's a win-win success opportunity. So when you participate in the Open Innovation Program, my goal is to make success and win investments from the relevant company. Hopefully CJ listens to me. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. There are many fans here. So we just heard from CEO CheilJedang from Endorphin Connect. Well, his name is Joyakdol, I believe, and it is the most innovative Joyakdol indeed. Then let's invite our second speaker. From Alloy Lab, we are going to invite the CEO, the Jaewon. Ladder you raised. Let me correct myself. Hello, good morning. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Lei Yu. So the market size for food that is increasing every 4% every year. There is one concern regarding food market. So foreign substance is a great concern indeed. So whenever this incident occurs, then it is a big blow to your brand image, and in severe cases, a factory should close down. So to solve this problem, companies spend about 30 million won per line on metal detectors and another 150 million won for X-ray. But when it comes to the metal detector, it only detects metal. And as for the X-ray, it can detect hard materials such as stones and glasses, including metals. So how do we find the rest of the foreign substances then? After all, these skilled workers are forced to do inefficient manual work. To solve this problem, we created spectral AI. Spectral AI is the solution that combines hyperspectral image processing technology with artificial intelligence. What is a hyperspectral image processing? It is a technique that allows you to analyze the spectrum of hundreds of colors of the object, revealing not only its shape but also its material. Spectral AI consists of software, hyperspectral camera, and a halogen lamp, making it easy to install on your existing production line. When spectral AI starts filming, it captures foreign particles in real time based on the data it has been trained on. The captured particles are then automatically extracted using robots and automated equipment. And spectral AI continuously learns not only from previous detections but also from new detections, so it gets smarter over time. We spent 6 months conducting POC with 5 companies, including CJ CheilJedang. Liquid products like strawberry jam, and dried products like dried fig, and watery products like green onions. And in all those cases, we found that the machine can be applicable. And we also tested at CJ Blossom's campus in Jincheon and found that with the ability to automate the system, and we could reduce manual works, and we could enhance accuracy 4 times, and the speed could increase more than 40%. That is an annualized cost saving of $200 million per line. So Incheon Frozen Food and the Jincheon Blossom Campus and the Nunsan Factory based on this result in those the areas. So we are continuously communicating to ensure that various collaboration can be conducted according to characteristics of each the factory. We hope that through this strategic collaboration, we can make contributions for the CJ CheilJedang and the practice. We are working on collaborative project to develop foreign and substances detection algorithm. I want to contribute to the globalization of Korean food culture with CJ CheilJedang. Our business model is selling solutions and providing the cloud AI, which is connected to internet based on the continuous training, and that this AI can advance as time goes. We plan to achieve the 2 billion won of revenues. By 2025, we will sell 250 solutions at home and abroad, and 100 cloud AI can be sold to achieve 30 billion won in revenues. I have been in manufacturing field for more than 14 years and started my own company to revolutionize inefficient manufacturing process. I have been working day and night with a team of artificial intelligence developers. So, well, like Apple for fresh food, and like HESAP for safe food, and like LUHAS for eco-friendly food. And our name will be representative name for this safe food. Thank you.
It was Mr. Lee Jae-won's presentation from early slows. So I'll look for the mark when I see products from now on. Let's move on to the third pitch. The early slows, Mr. Lee Jae-won. Let me invite Mr. Lee Jae-won. The previous presentation was Alloy Lab.
Hello, good morning. So it is raining outside, and still there are great turnouts, so thank you for that. And I'd like to introduce Phuket Survey. I'm Lee Jae-won from the early slow. So thank you for the sharing. So we are providing service to manage the customer opinions and feedbacks. So many people here will be exposed to the media, and also you often share your opinions. How do you deliver your opinions and feedbacks? And maybe the smartphones, and you are going to use that, and also you are going to use a computer, and and also use the phone calls and many other channels in order to share your opinions. You can share your opinions about products and also about the services. So every day, the massive amount of opinion and feedbacks are posted. So 100, 1,000, and 100,000 and millions of opinions and feedbacks are posted. How companies can manage those, the opinions? Most of the companies do not have a capability to analyze that. So if the opinion is collected 101,000, that can be manageable. But if we go more than 100,000 and 1 million and more, it is difficult to collect that one and analyze that. So what we are doing is pretty simple. We collect people's opinions and we sort it out. And all these are done in automated way. How it comes possible? So let me demonstrate that. So let me introduce our AI engine. So as you can see here, so AI turn and the qualitative data to the quantitative data. So this the food is chewy and tasty. Well, this is one example, and also this is the food my son loves. Based on this feedback, we can figure out who are our the customers and what is the particular point the customers are like. And also there is some negative feedback such as it's salty, so the portion is too small and it's too spicy, and there are such negative opinions as well. So there are positive feedbacks and negative feedbacks, and there are so many different the opinions. So which opinion should receive as a priority? How we can make a decision? So as for that, most of the companies do not have any capabilities to sort it out. As for the qualitative opinions, and it is difficult to translate that one in the quantitative manner. And these the feedbacks can be subjectively analyzed and translated. That's why we provide expertise about that. As you can see in this example, and these feedback and opinions can be sorted out in every the contact point. So the first counter with our products and services, and also the point to purchase our products, and also until the moment of the customer churn, and we sort out all the opinions and feedbacks, and this is a sorted results. So together with CJ CheilJedang, we had collaborations. So all the products produced and distributed at CJ CheilJedang. And well, about that, well, we collected opinions and feedbacks. And you can see this example here. So customers who purchase CJ products, they like some the point to lead to the product purchase, and sometimes lead to the customer churn. And also you can see some the answers to the survey regularly conducted by CJ CheilJedang. And this is a report generation. So this is the biggest advantages of our solution. Based on data analysis, this the report is automatically generated. So the customers information is here. So which outlet customers go the most often to purchase CJ CheilJedang's products, and which products are most loved, and those opinions and the informations can be collected. We also carried out the interview as well. Well, how long did your company spend in order to collect data and analyze data? And that answer was pretty well interesting. So the newly joined and the employees, they do all the manual work. So well, there is no the automatic automized works. So every day there's a new joiners and they are spending the great amount of time in order to collect the data and analyze the data. Sometimes all these opinions are negative, so they are not happy. So, well, productivity is not very good. So by using AI algorithm, we can automate this one. This is our target. Full automation. 100% automation is our target. So data collections and report generation that can be done in our solutions. So this is a report we provide to CJ CheilJedang, but CJ CheilJedang is not the only company that receive our generated report. Many other companies are enjoying the benefit we offer. So what is the point of satisfaction and what is the point that our customers think the important. So those data is collected. So this is a data about one cafe outlet. From the perspective of companies, and it is important to develop strategies to enhance the satisfaction of every different customer. So the x-axis is a satisfaction, y-axis is a frequency of complaints, and the mentioning of the positive comments. So based on this analysis, the companies can figure out where they can put priority. So left the top side, you can see satisfaction level goes down and the complaints goes up in this item. So from left side to the right side, one by one, the items can be addressed. So the items on the left side will receive priorities. Companies should do many different work, so it is important to decide the priorities. So in order to allocate and utilize the resources in a very efficient manner, it is important to have a priority. Our AI algorithm can give a foundation for that. But as I mentioned, we provide a generated report in very intuitive manner. This report can be readable. I think you have experience to use ChatGPT. So we can utilize ChatGPT in generating our report. And I believe that ChatGPT users already know this. So qualitative the information and that can be presented, and also the qualitative information can be provided, but it is difficult to turn quantitative data to qualitative data. When it comes to our AI algorithm, prompt is used, and based on that, all these the informations can be presented as outcomes. So ChatGPT is working behind the scene. So when we generate our report, and that can be used to enhance the customer's experience, and also this report can be utilized in order to enhance the level of service. So the question can be entered in prompt, and based on these proper questions, you can receive a proper answer, and that can be generated into reports. And that this report can be shared with your team members. So VOC is collected, and that is sorted and analyzed, and the report can be generated. In order to do the entire cycle, it takes a considerable time if you use the current system. But if you do this, you cannot do that pretty often, sometimes once a quarter or twice a year. But by offering AI algorithm, you can do it in regular manner. Together with CJ CheilJedang, we are launching new paths. But not only CJ CheilJedang, but also many other tech companies, we are doing collaborations. And our service is applied in many different industries. So service sector, and also SK Telecommunication, the Kakao Neighbor, and also the Bemin, and those companies are using our services. So they are clients. So through our AI algorithm, they can analyze the customer's opinion. Based on that, they can harvest the valuable the data. So AWS and further companies I hope that they can be our future customers. Thank you.
네, 정말 재미있었습니다.
It was a great presentation. It was a presentation by Mr. Lee Jae-won of Early Sloth. So by listening to customers, he is finding values. That was such a heartwarming vision. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Lee Jae-uk, CEO of Damha Company. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
네, 안녕하세요.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
취향보다는 담화를 좋아하는 술담화에
We want to add conversation, not just intoxication, to drinking occasion in Korea. So my company's mission is this. I'm from Damha. My name is Lee Jae-uk.
시장 내에서 가장 독보적인
In the traditional drinking market, we are running a unique platform. We are carrying many different types of traditional liquor, and we are running subscription service, and we have 140,000 users, and we have the best curation. For 800 traditional liquors, we collect the flavor data and the side dishes data that go well with drinking. So based on that, we create algorithms and we offer data-based algorithm to our customers. And also we offer content as well. Last one is limitless scalability. That is one of the characteristics of my company. We have liquor license, so we can produce and retail and export liquor. The Korean drinking culture is shifting from binge drinking to savoring liquor. So first trend is enjoying drinking alcohol at home. But before 2022, people enjoy drinking at a restaurant or bars. But now, almost more than 50% of drinking is happening at home. So maybe the COVID-19 pandemic advanced the emergence of that trend. So the drinking at restaurants is reducing while the consumption of alcohol at home is increasing. And until 2021, large companies, beer brands, and the soju, the transparent Korean liquor sales were decreasing, but brand name premium liquors consumption is increasing, and people are gradually savoring and appreciating liquor. That is the change, the trend. So we can sell traditional liquor online. Among all types of liquors, only traditional liquor can be sold online. So we started our business online and we are expanding it to offline, and furthermore, we will export our products to global markets. So within the online platform, we have independent market, and through the market, we collect all kinds of data, including tag data, and based on that, we offer optimized curation. In just 4 years, we generated 5.6 billion won. So most of the sales are occurring online. So we have subscription service and online shopping mall service as well. Did you know that there are over 1,000 types of traditional liquor for sale? So all kinds of drinks. So sweet ones, dry one, strong one, non-strong one, transparent one, and clear one. So there are all types of traditional liquors. So sommelier can select liquors and recommend the liquors for you. So we have a slogan, why don't you find a liquor of your lifetime? So using our service, you can identify your preference and what goes well with you among all those liquors. So there are over 3,000 types of traditional liquors. So we offer curation service that recommends that liquors that best fit for you. So we also offer contents. We have 550 million users, and also we are offering the content service. So we work together with the refinery, and they can actually directly in collaboration with us. In the past, there was not accurate information about liquors. So refineries, they offer some subjective content saying you can never get drunk with this. My liquor goes well with any kind of side dishes. But we transform such subjective information into objective one. For example, the level of strength of the liquor and the nutrients and taste and everything. So our sommeliers taste all kinds of liquors and rate those liquors. And even though the liquors are rated the same, the flavors can vary too. So that differences are tagged in the form of tag data. And if you want to drink, you have to prove that you are an adult. So for our 140,000 users, we have a system that figure out about their ID information, especially their age. And based on that, we offer our services. So for 40 people, we created the database algorithm. So when there are more than 3 reviews, the accuracy of the information is quite high. And regarding that, we actually obtained a patent. So you can visit our platform or web page. So utilizing the data, we can offer unparalleled curation functions. First, you can search for drinks. So if you want sweet liquor, you can type in just sweet liquor. If you want certain type of side dishes, you can just put the name here. And also you can specify what you're looking for example, the price range or the drinking occasion or nature of drinking occasion. So based on that, our platform will recommend the best fitting liquor for you. And we are a distribution company, but we have a license, liquor license to produce liquor. In order to supply liquors for online sales, we had to obtain a license so that we can manufacture and produce liquor. So in Gwangyo, we are producing monthly 6,000 non-transparent Korean traditional rice liquor. And we've been collecting data, and based on that, we created recommendation algorithms, and also we developed filters. We will further advance our curation, and we will expand this online curation to retailing, wholesaling, and distribution. That is our plan. In order to create the drinking curation platform, we actually hired global talent. Not only the Korean traditional liquors, but also just the liquors in general, wine and everything. So our product managers have expertise and knowledge in all types of liquors, and we will achieve our set monthly BEP. So since I was young, I wanted to promote traditional Korean food. So in the photos, I actually offered an event for people in Mexico to promote Korean traditional food.
아마 CJ 친구들도 대학교 졸업할 때마다 입사하는
So
모습을 했을 거예요. 그만큼
if I
한식을
didn't found
알리는
this
거에 관심이 많은
company, I would
사람이거든요.
have just directly joined CJ right after
햄버거가
graduating
햄버거가
from
아니었고요.
college.
스타벅은
CJ is the number one company in
같이
terms of
그것을
food.
라이프 스타일을 만들어가는
So
기업이고요.
my company
그래서
Suldamha
CJ와
is
CJ
trying to
제일제당과의
create
협업을 통해서
a
K푸드를
lifestyle of drinking at home or
해외로
enjoying
함께
liquors at
알리는
home.
K푸드와 결합해서 알리는
So
역할을 하도록
in
하겠습니다.
collaboration with CJ,
감사합니다.
we can promote Korean food, K-food, to overseas.
컴퍼니 이재욱 대표님의 질문
We just heard from Ms. Lee from Tamha Company. So many people have a great interest for the future growth of Tamha Company. So you are working together with many supporters. Like this, we invited 4 companies which has been selected as an excellent company in the open contest. So SBA, Seoul Startup Hub Changdong, CJ and AWS, they are offering great the startup growth opportunities. I'd like to ask your continuous support for these 4 companies. CJ, AWS, and Seoul Startup Hub Changdong will make a continuous effort in order to further promote collaboration. With this, we're going to wrap up Open Innovation with the CJ and AWS session in TryEverything 2030. So after this session, and we are going to have 2023, the Campus Town Startup, the League IR, the challenge session. And if you see the back end, there are souvenirs, so please take one on your way out. So I will meet you again in the following session. Thank you.